Hello, Paul here from Trekitt with Harry as usual, and today I am in the Q&A location. So those of you who are familiar with my videos, or our videos I should say, sorry Harry, our videos, will know that this is my little spot in my garden where I filmed a whole series of lockdown Q&A sessions. Here I am doing another one of my lockdown Q&A videos. And Harry thought it would be appropriate to use this location to go through some of the negative reviews that we get. We are very, very proud of the customer service that we offer. Ooh, sparrowhawk. And we are very, very proud of the fact that we have a 5-star Google rating. But we're not perfect, we know that, and we do get some bad reviews. And so we thought this would be an opportunity to go through some of those reviews, some of those customers who have felt unhappy with our service, and maybe just kind of offer some explanation and some reasoning behind that, and to use those reviews as a learning opportunity for us to improve our standards. Because, you know, if you don't tell us what we're doing wrong or what you feel that we're doing wrong, then we can't put it right. So we just thought this would be an opportunity to go through some of these reviews and maybe explain the processes and the thinking behind why somebody may have been unhappy with our service. So, Harry has put together a whole load of reviews that are less than satisfactory. And no names, no pat drill. We're not going to read anybody's names out, so don't worry. We're not going to name and shame, because there is no shame here, because like I said, a poor review is an opportunity to make things better. So this one is basically saying that they ordered a rucksack, it wasn't quite what they wanted, so wanted to exchange it for something else. And we don't do exchanges. It says their quick and easy returns process means you have to return the item and order the replacement. And what we don't tell you, according to this customer, is that the customer must pay for the return postage. And they rang the shop and had to have the situation explained to them. So I think the first thing here is that we need more clarity on our website as to who exactly is responsible for returns postage, and that's you, my friends, the dear customers. And that was a decision taken a few years ago, purely for commercial reasons. I'm not going to beat around the bush. You know, we were losing a lot of money by paying for returns for customers, and it was a decision that we made. We just couldn't sustain that any longer, realistically. Now, that's not to say that's going to change in the future, but for now, that is the situation. But you're absolutely right. It's not abundantly clear on our website, and that is something that we will change. And then with regards to exchanges, we do ask that you return the item for a refund and place an order for the item that you want to exchange it for. And that is purely because we have so many orders coming in and we're moving stock so quickly that we can't really afford to have stock put aside and waiting for exchanges to happen. We do refund returns on the same day that they arrive with us. So you can be assured that your refund is going to be with you as quickly as possible. And that way you're not going to be out of pocket. Maybe only for 2 or 3 days. So if you're using something like PayPal or a credit card, then you're not going to be out of pocket, because by the time your spend goes onto your card, your refund will have gone back from the previous item. So that's really the thinking behind that. And yes, I do understand that that might not be the ideal situation for some people, but for the majority of our customers it works seamlessly and smoothly. Bearing in mind there is no time limit on our returns process, and we just don't quibble. We just sort stuff out and get it done quickly, so you can be assured of a very swift turnaround for your returns. Hello Nelly, you all right? Okay, here's another 1-star review. Somebody tried to use a voucher code that they found online, despite it being readily available on multiple platforms. It was it couldn't be issued effectively on our website. And we contacted customer support to explain that it wasn't one of our voucher codes. And this is something that we come up against a lot and a lot and a lot. That was terrible English. I'm really sorry. This is something that we come across very often. There are multiple sites out there offering voucher codes, and they just generate them. They just generate them to get you to go to their site. These codes aren't generated by Trekitt. Any voucher codes for discounts or offers that are generated by us are only to be found through our own marketing material, through our newsletters, etc., or on our website itself. Any other voucher codes that you might find on Voucher Codes Are Us, or I Love My Voucher Code, or Grab Yourself a Voucher Code Discount Thing website are not valid on our site. We don't generate them. They're just generated randomly, and it's completely out of our control. So if you want to take advantage of some discounts and make sure they're generated by us in the first place, that's by Trekitt, and that you access those codes either through our email marketing, our social media, or directly through our website. Here's another one that we get a lot about these particular products, about the Fjällräven G1000 products. And somebody has written in to say that they were, beg my pardon, very disappointed with the windproofing and waterproofing of the jacket. They go on to make a comment about where the jacket was made, and for the money they didn't think it was a high performance jacket. This is the Skogso jacket in question. This is my own jacket, and as you can see it's pretty well hammered. I've had this for many years, and it has been a faithful and reliable companion in the outdoors because I understand its limitations and I understand what it's made for. And we always try to make it clear in our descriptions exactly the performance attributes of each piece of clothing that we sell. And whilst the Skogso can be made highly water resistant, it's never going to be waterproof. It hasn't got tape seams, it hasn't got a coating or a membrane. It is, in all intents and purposes, a polycotton jacket. It's designed to be worn like a soft shell. And if you want to understand what a soft shell is about, Harry will put a link up to a very good video that we did recently. So really, it's about expectation and information. So again, we'll have a look at the description on our website and we'll make sure we're absolutely 100% clear as to the performance attributes of each piece of clothing that we make. But really, you know, we can't spoon feed you this stuff. You need to do some research, you need to understand the products that you're buying. And whilst we can try and make things 100% clear, misinterpretation is inevitable. And it's just a shame because the G1000 stuff from Fjällräven is exceptional bits of kit if you understand exactly the end use. So do some research, read up, don't just take our word for it, look around the internet, look at the YouTube channels, look at the Fjällräven site itself, get to know how good and how well this stuff performs, but understand also its limitations. Next one, somebody was disappointed to be told that the item advertised was not available, and they therefore had to find another supplier and won't be wasting their time with Trekitt again. Well, I'm really sorry to hear that. We sell a lot of stuff and we sell it quite quickly, and sometimes it's really hard to keep everything in stock all of the time. And again, this is a problem that comes up, and quite often we can trace this back to cached pages on Google. So you might have been looking at something on our website that was in stock, and then you might have searched for it again or gone back to that page only to find that it's out of stock because you're looking at a cached page on Google. So top tip for your IT geeks out there, you know, clear your cache, refresh your cache regularly, make sure that you're looking at relevant information. But we are human, and very, very, very occasionally our stock is incorrect, and we might be showing something that the computer says it's there, but it's not physically there. But like I said, that's a very, very rare occurrence, and we do work very hard to make sure those stock levels are accurate. But yeah, just remember that what you see on Google is not always 100% accurate. Drill right down into the website, into the item itself, and check the stock online on our website. The next one is a great example of comments and complaints that we get quite a lot about footwear. Now, when we first launched online, I can't remember, it was a long time ago, our website said, don't buy online, come to the shop, because primarily we wanted to ensure that people got a proper boot fit, received a proper boot fit. And we hear this a lot from customers online. You know, I bought a pair of boots, loved them, wore them out on my first hike, they rubbed my heels, they pinched my toes, they rubbed my bunions, they didn't fit properly. And we understand completely that it is a little bit of a lottery buying footwear online. That's why we've produced some resources. We've got some videos telling you how to fit your footwear at home if you bought online. We've got lots of information in our website about how to fit footwear at home to get the correct fit. Ideally, make an appointment at our service centre, book yourself a proper boot fit, get yourself to the service centre. There's information in the description below about how to do that. There'll be links there to how to book an appointment, but we understand that not everybody lives within driving distance of Hereford. So please make use of those resources on the website and just double check your fitting of your footwear before you venture outside. If it is a fit issue and once those boots have been worn outside, they're a used item and it's very hard for us to take those back. So yeah, I would just advise you to get as much information as possible behind you about correct boot fitting. Ideally get yourself to your local specialist. If that's Trekitt, that's great. If it's not, go to a local specialist and get a proper boot fit. It's really, really important. Your boot fit is the most fundamental part of any outdoor wardrobe. Getting that right will ensure comfort for many years to come when you're out in your adventures in the wilderness. Okay. Right, I wasn't sure whether Harry would let me have a little rant about this one, but this was apparently a local customer, and I'm going to read this out word for word, apart from the swear word. Don't worry, Harry. The police state of camping shops wouldn't let us in. I didn't have an appointment. Bleep, bleep, bleep. I didn't have a face covering. I don't know if you've noticed that this is not compulsory anymore. Don't worry. I found somewhere online to buy my expensive down jacket. Well, A, I'm not worried. And B, I would just like to explain, as we're coming out of the whole COVID pandemic thing and rules are relaxing, I think this is a good opportunity for me to explain why we adopted the policies we did. First and foremost, absolutely first and foremost, it was to do with the safety and the health and the protection and well-being of our staff and our customers. The appointment system was introduced to regulate the number of people within the shop and also to allow those customers in the shop to have a one-to-one experience with a salesperson. It wasn't intended to stop people coming in. It was just about limiting numbers and keeping people safe. And I'm really sorry if you couldn't come in. Well, I'm not actually, because by the sound of it, you're not the sort of person we'd want in the shop anyway, but that is entirely your choice. We made our choices based on the health and safety of our staff and our customers, and the overriding response, the massively overriding response to that set of regulations that we imposed was very, very positive. And we still do ask that people wear face coverings in the shop. No, it's not compulsory. The shop, the service centre, is a private establishment. Customers come in by invitation. That's kind of how the law stands. And we would still like to protect our staff, and we'd still like to protect our customers, and we don't insist on face coverings anymore because no, that's not the law, but we do ask to respect, that we all respect each other, and that we should still be very wary of COVID, and we should still be trying to protect each other and wear face masks where we feel they're appropriate. So I'm really sorry. I'm really tempted to read your name out, but I'm not going to. I'm really sorry that your experience didn't meet your expectations, but I hope you understand the genuine reasons behind those regulations that we put in place. Okay, we're going to wind up now because it's just started raining. Harry's getting very sniffy about his camera and my laptop might get wet as well. But I hope you've enjoyed this little flick through the less than favourable reviews that we get. If you like it, stick some comments below. Please, this is not encouraging you to send us poor reviews so we can do more of these videos. But if you have genuinely had a poor experience with Trekitt, we do need to hear about it. We can only make things better if we know what we're doing wrong or if you're not happy. So, as usual, thank you very much for watching. If you've liked the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell icon, you know what to do. So I'm going to go and have a cup of tea because it's raining. Thanks very much for watching. Toodaloo.